Gotta start listening to those quiet nagging down. No, wait a minute. Okay, that goes down, that goes across. Hang on a second. Actually, I think I had it right the first time, and this goes out to the streets. Oh no! Oh, here we go. This is progress. I see Chuck and his brothers appear to be there. Oh, Jesus. Lovely. So we have us here a mini-boss, with plenty of bodies to toss. It wants to defeat us, and probably eat us. Let's hope it's not our next loss. Ah, there we go. It's not that any of them are particularly difficult, it's more just they wear you down. That's kind of the problem with this section. Exactly, yeah, it goes down quick. But there's just a bunch of these fucking things. Oh yeah. Barry would be proud of this thing. Anyway, where's the way out? I think that is... Ah! That might be your way out.
What you say?
Ah! Sewer levels! I think we're getting close. Possibly. Like, I don't think the concept is terrible. I think you could do something with the idea of going into infrastructure that is so ancient that it is... that basically the city leaves it alone. And some parts of this level do that. It's more just the fact that you're going through so many of the usual motions of sewer-level puzzles, and there's not much to break up the monotony. And these enemies just aren't that fun to fight, is the thing. You could make a decent sewer level. In fact, that's basically the entirety of the Metro series of games. But this isn't it. Just the annoying waterway level in Alundra. Yeah, I feel like water levels are the spiritual cousin of sewer levels. And a lot of these same issues apply. There we go. I saw that. Yeah, I see you. Now, we're not very far from the end, but before that we have this bell end. So I forego the puns, and I dig through my guns. Say hello to my little friend. Don't you run from me, bitch. Excellent question. I think the idea is that they've just created these creatures as shock troops, and they're meant to be these feral beings that move absurdly quick. Actually, can I just backpedal and kill this thing? But it's mostly a function of the way the... Oh god, I'm frenzying! Holy shit! Wow! Alright. I mean, this is a part of the game where it does really nothing. I think what I was probably trying to do is feed on a rat. Man, I've almost never had that happen. Certainly not on a Toreador. But yeah, this is just the amount of damage that I'm taking. Gonna need one of the spicy blood packs. There we go. That's fucking better. But yeah, the creature designs are another case where I get what they were going for. And you could do something with what the fact that the Zamishi basically use bodies to create these ungodly creatures that are an utter nightmare to deal with. But it's more the fact that you're just dealing with so damn many of them that even this weird spider construct made of 3 people, what appear to be 3 pregnant women, the shock value wears off and you're just left with tedium. Oh man, that reminds me of the animation in first person. Like if I do this, like it's not too bad when you're walking around with most guns. For some reason it just seems especially exaggerated with the Glock analog. And of course, you know, aiming in third person is an absolute nightmare. But yeah, this is a section that badly needed some signposting. A clear visual indicator that you were going in the right way. And you can do that without necessarily having your standard objective marker. I mean, that was the real strength of the Half-Life games, or at least in some sections. They certainly had their bullshit parts like this as well, but they were generally good about at least nudging the player visually in the right direction. I noticed that was especially the case in Half-Life 2. Where usually, if your eyes were meant to be looking towards the next point of interest, then usually there would be... Why am I person? Usually the design of the area would incorporate that somehow. There'd be like some pipes leading in that direction, or something that sort of naturally channels the vision. Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of these things. Ah! Okay, where's celerity? Jesus Christ. Thrilling gameplay. Yeah, that is very much the case. The gunplay in this is clunky even by older first-person shooter standards, and this was 2004. There were... I saw that! That thing just spawned in. Yeah, this was subpar even for the time. No wonder I got overwhelmed. These bastards are just spawning in. Yep, there you go. Cheeky little fuckers. Oh man, do we have infinite spawning here? Oh wow! This really is the hat trick of amazing design. Yes, we do! Holy shit! They're just gonna keep fucking coming. No wonder I got overwhelmed. Let me see, I'm gonna do that one more time. I just want to make absolutely sure. Yep, infinite spawning. As long as you cross the threshold right there, 2 more spawn, both directions. Oh, God. Is it any wonder why Troika Studios died? I love them to bits, but, this was not doing anybody any favors. But oh, what a sight for sore eyes! We have found the lair of our guys. What a ride it's been. It's now well past 10. We'll stop soon for exercise. But I do like this. A fatal error has occurred. You should be panicking now. 9/31/2004. Your system will now explode. It is now safe to go to your happy place. Press the any key to help others to learn to read. Press Control, Control, Control to donate money to me. You know the computers will take over soon. Why fight it? Press the any key to continue. Fantastic. That said, I think there's just a switch over here that... Yep. Fuck me. I bet there's a key. Yeah, there's a key somewhere in the tunnels. We gotta go find it. And that opens up the thing that opens up that tunnel. So, we gotta go back. I thought I was finished. I try to get up, but they keep pulling me back in. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the stuff I showed earlier, like, you know, earlier in the Let's Play, where you're, like, exploring parts of Los Angeles, doing side quests, and, like, doing research to find your next targets, quest locations and such, talking to people, getting the lay of the land. That's all interesting and pretty well done. Like, there are parts of this game that absolutely age beautifully. Even the janky bits tend to be more entertaining than really bad. Like, it's, you know, the funny dance animation is obviously a classic, but stuff like some of the ways that the AI behaves in combat is more amusing than annoying. And there is a certain satisfaction to the way your vampire powers expand over time. And you get better at the rhythm of gameplay, and your options open up. That all more or less holds up. But yeah, this would have gotten the this deservedly got the stink eye even then, and now I am better versed to explain the many ways it is disappointing. A little low on big guns here. Ah, of course, another one. The real problem is those things don't respond too well to melee, at least not with my build. There's a body somewhere around here that has a key card. No, okay. So, we're back at the entrance. Alright. Alright, fuck it. Where's the walkthrough? So I do remember this. There is one minor point of interest down here, and that's something I appear to have missed. Okay, so down this way and then up. Right. This way. Then path leading up. Actually, this is slowly turning a few rusty old gears. I think this is the what I'm looking for. That's it. Right. We actually have a friendly down here. They won't last long. Let's see if we can try something. No? Ah! Hey! I've never been able to actually save this character.
Thanks a lot.
Hey! We got raiders! Hey, Froznerd! Welcome to the show. Good to have you here. That's what we were looking for, the pass key. So this is interesting. I did not know we could save that character. So yeah, Nosferatu was down here fighting these things as well. That's an indication you're going the right way. Problem is, it's very easy to miss. And these tunnels all kind of wind and loop around each other. But yeah, good to see you, Froznerd. How's it going tonight? What were you playing? Yeah, usually they get swarmed and beaten down, and the creatures there... I don't know if they're specifically set that they've pretty much always, in my playthroughs, focus on her and wipe her out quickly. Playing Aero GPX, F-Zero-like game. Nice, nice! That actually kind of rings a bell. I know I've heard a few games that try to recapture that F-Zero feeling. I don't know if it was that game specifically, but... that game ruled, and I do respect any title that looks to recapture that. Anyway, now we've got the key. Now we open this here switch. And now we can go down, I think. Oh wait, no, I think that unlocks the rest of the consoles. Did it not? Is there another switch I'm supposed to hit? There we go. Came out earlier this week in early access, though, but still recommend it. Nice, nice. Yeah, I've seen a few more games that in the early access pipeline that have actually looked extremely promising. Feels like in the early days there were a lot of games that, I mean, you know, there's a glut of titles on Steam anyway. And a lot of stuff not necessarily worth the time. But I'm finding more and more stuff that I'm willing to take the plunge on with early access. So I think some stuff is getting better at discoverability. Maybe, possibly. That might just be me getting lucky. But anyway, we are at last in the Nosferatu tunnels. Thank Christ. I'm going to drop a save right here. And back. Now then. I forgot to ask, who'd you pick? You choosing the Fate Stay Night pick? Oh, yeah. She's on the freebie roll, but I went with Medusa. I had to. She's my girl. But yeah, good call on Saber there. She's an excellent Buster Lancer, and her ability to turn all her cards into Buster cards makes her just excel at bringing out the pain. Yeah, she's one of those few that now works on both AoE and single targets. Excuse me. Anyway, we are now here in the Nosferatu Warrens, which, you know, it's a bunch of caves, and you can kind of see they've done what little they can to sort of make it homey with whatever things they can scavenge. It is a social area, though it doesn't look like it at the right now. We got what appears to be a pool of blood here that I assume is communal, but if you fall into it, I think it causes damage. In fact, let's find out. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this stuff hurts. Although, amusingly, only when you immediately fall in. It doesn't actually cause you damage to... Well, okay, maybe it's periodic. I should probably get out. I should probably get out right now. Can I get out? Okay, over here. Oop. God, I wonder what even is that. Maybe it's like blood, but they've treated it so it's like acidic somehow? I don't know. Anyway, the Fate Remaster. I have not played it. I actually heard it was pretty janky. Like, there were some problems with it at launch, and the wrong characters were showing up for the wrong dialogue and such. I'll have to... It's on my to-do list to play that at some point. It's definitely bringing back memories. But just imagine... Mess myself. Apparently on the base it has a ton of bugs. Apparently it has fixed, so it might be worth it, but it's just the VN remaster, so not a whole lot of changes. Yeah. It would be a fun little walk down memory lane, because it has definitely been a time since I played it. I was trying to think. I probably would have been... 2009, I think, maybe 2010. It was a while. Because, you know, there was a whole thing where you had to do... If you wanted to play it in English, you had a fan patch that had to be applied. You had to set your location to Japan. It was a whole thing. I do find it kind of amusing that 20 years later we're back talking about bugs in Fate Stay Night. Just, time is a flat circle, man. Anyway. But yeah, I do want to check it out at some point myself. Only to see how the writing holds up. I imagine it has aged perfectly. Alright, so I think some of these rooms we can get into. 1337, I approve. Let's see, anything down here? Ooh, blood plaque, nice. Yeah, same here. I played through the I played through the base and unlimited Blade Works routes, but never. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, other way around. I played through Heaven's Feel and Fate, but not unlimited Blade Works. Ah, here's someone.
Bitch, I can't believe she got the cover of Glamourella this month.
What are you talking about?
I mean, just look at her. Too fat, big teeth, and her complexion. Does she wash her face with a cheese grater?
Yeah, that one, I'm aware of it. I think I read a breakdown of it at some point. Also, you can see the camera's kind of getting funky here. I didn't play through it myself. I am aware of the main plot beats of it. Anyway, slow down, cowgirl. Who exactly are you talking about here?
I mean, like anyone ever knew who Tawny Sessions was before I left the scene. She'd still be a fluff girl at Vivisection, making $10 a stiffy if I was still around. Ugh.
So, yeah, getting it, we got a vampire with a bit of an ego problem. Who the hell's Tawny Sessions?
Tawny Sessions is a wannabe face girl with no talent whatsoever and scabby little knees. Do you know she got Model of the Year? Before I got here, she would have had a hard time making the catalog for Jacques Penet.
Uh-huh. That's a good one. Who are you, by the way?
Oh, right. You probably don't recognize me with this whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing I've got going on here. My name is Imalia.
Now, there's a nice little callback / bit of foreshadowing. If you think back to the Bounty Hunter quest line and the apartment we checked out, that had the poster for Amalia that turned out to be the password, that's this girl. So she used to be a model, and she got embraced, and now she looks like this. So, yeah, how come you hate Tawny Sessions so much?
Before this neat little makeover, I used to be a model. I was all over the place. TV, magazines, billboards. I mean, I was hot. Super hot. And I knew it. Which is why Gary decided to invite me into his freaky little family.
Yeah. So, you get the sense that the Nosferatu don't really rub elbows with the upper crust that much, largely because they look like this. And there's a thing with Gary in particular, and you see this with some of the other people, that he looks to find those that think a little too highly of themselves and kind of humble them in a way. So he specifically brought her down here because she used to be a famous model. Yeah. What do you mean Gary invited you?
Nosferatu have a sixth sense of humor.
Exactly,
Sometimes they
Slayer.
feel
Gary!
victims, namely moi in this particular case, have an overabundance of vanity and need to be taught an important life lesson.
I see. So what happened?
Well, I had just won Guy Magazine's The Most Ridiculously Hot Chick in the Known Universe Award. And when I came home after the ceremony, lo and behold, Gary was sitting there on my couch with a martini in his hand. You fill in the blanks.
So yeah, Gary is very much a theatric fellow, and we'll find that out very soon when we meet him. Right. Have you learned your life lesson?
Yeah, the lesson is life is a cold-hearted bitch, so now I get to be one, too. You get that? You need to write it down?
I see, yeah. So... why not just kill her? Yeah, no, we're not going to get into that. So can I ask you a few questions?
Sure, whatever.
Let's see, I'm looking for Gary. You know where he is?
His room is just down the hall. You might be able to find him in there.
Yeah, I'll go find him. See you later. If you poke at her more, you can get a quest for her to deal with Tawny Sessions. But, that leads to a possible humanity violation, and given the character, we will be avoiding that. There's one other person down here that does have a side quest of interest. The layout for this place is kind of confusing. It's one of these rooms, I think. There he is.
What the? Oh, you did not just try and run a trace on me. Alright. Take that. Oh yeah, I hope you backed up that server tonight. Boss is gonna be real pissed when his mom starts getting love letters from porn sites.
Hello?
What? Oh, yeah, hold on a sec.
Once again, the camera's kind of fucking up
Are
here.
you kidding?
I think it's because the
What are
model
you
is
using for security
moving
down
and they
there,
might be
trash
shifting it. I don't know.
Guys, it's called encryption. This is too easy. I'd let you off the hook.
Under the hood of this
Stupidity
game
always brings out
is
the
a hamster on a
asshole in me.
wheel. And occasionally the hamster gets distracted. The guy has strong Wi-Fi. Yeah, no kidding.
Alright, yeah. Just 1 minute. No, nothing to worry about. Just a harmless
Yeah, considering
email,
we're
not a self-replicating embedded
quite a
virus
ways
or anything.
underground. You gotta work to get
Wow.
a signal down here.
You
Almost
really
certainly they've got some kind of
I can't believe you
landline
just opened it. What kind of a
that goes
freaking
into an
idiot
access
just
point somewhere in the
opens it?
tunnels. Maybe I'll just come back later.
Well, oh yeah, sorry. The name's Mitnick. I'm in charge of computer systems, network security, that kind of thing. You're the new kid, right? The crazy boy. Surprised you actually made it down here.
So this character is a bit of a reference. There was a hacker named Kevin Mitnick, who I think was, I want to say, he was kind of at his peak in like either the late 80s or early 90s. He was arrested. If you've ever heard that whole Free Kevin thing, that's the guy they're referring to. He eventually got out of prison, and I think he's now working as a security consultant. Actually wrote a couple books. But anyway, yeah, what do you mean?
I've been following your progress on the cameras. Handled yourself pretty well with all of the creepy crawlers in the sewers. Like a bad sequel to Chad up there.
Yeah, you saw that? I could have used some help up there.
Nothing I could do from here. Those old sewer systems are wired with punch cards and vacuum tubes, built back in the technological dark ages. Sorry, but I don't do analog, newbie.
Right, okay. I'm looking for Gary.
Yeah, he knows why you're here. LaCroix must be pissed. But I hope you're not here looking for some payback. LaCroix knows better than to mess with Gary, sheriff or no sheriff.
So yeah, it's kind of a thing that the Nosferatu, since they have to hide out anyway, tend to favor stealth and indirect means of dealing with their targets. So some of them turn to hacking as part of the whole information broker thing, and that's kind of what this guy's here for. So yeah, I'm just here to talk. Where can I find him?
His room is just down the hall. You'll probably find him there. Or maybe he'll find you.
Right. I got a few questions for you.
Go ahead.
So, tell me about this place.
What, the Warrens? Not much to tell. Just a bunch of us living down here, trying to stay off the radar. It ain't pretty, but it's home. Gary's the big man on campus. He's running the show.
I see. Place looks pretty empty.
There's more of us than you'd think. They're around. But you won't see too many of the brood down here. But they'll be watching you.
Right.
Go ahead.
What do you do?
Me? Like I said, I'm the resident tech head. Keep this place wired to the outside world. Gary wants me to keep it close on the street, and at the same time, I'm supposed to be upgrading the network.
Upgrading what? What were you gonna say?
Nothing. Forget about it. Like I said, just some network stuff.
Yeah, right. So what do you have to do?
I'm trying to add a few more network hubs in the city so we're covered in case of emergency. But Gary doesn't want anyone leaving until this whole thing with LaCroix blows over. Which basically leaves my freaking cheese hanging in the wind.
Uh-huh. Maybe I can help you out.
Yeah, you do that. Man, that would really help me out. I could hook you up along the way, make it worth your while. I got access to all kinds of goodies.
I'm in. What do I need to do?
I need a little time to set things up. Technical details. I'll send an email to your haven and tell you what needs to be done. That's all you need to know for now.
Yeah, Mitnick's a rare case where there's not a lot of deformity going on. He obviously doesn't look human, but, you know, he's one of the more normal-looking Nosferatu. Gary himself is also in this. He actually doesn't look too bad as far as I go. How'd you end up down here, Mitnick?
Me? Before all this, I was a hacker. Good one, too. There wasn't a system I couldn't crack. Telcos, DOD, you name it. One time, I emailed the president all the nuclear missile activation codes. And the FBI was shitting their pants. Well, one day I ran across this system. Oh, totally dark. Unbelievable security. I fried 3 laptops trying to bust it. I worked on it for months. Didn't sleep much at all. I'd almost given up. But I caught a lucky break one night and finally broke in.
Yeah? What was it?
It was, Nosferatu database. Not even a really important one either. Which was probably the only reason I cracked it. I dug around for a while, got totally freaked out, and I unplugged. 2 hours later, guess who shows up at my door? Gary. And voila, here I am.
So yeah, all this is really painting a picture of Gary and what he does. He is very well informed and, yeah, he looks for, other than trying to humble people, he appears to be looking for talented people. So he probably sought this guy out specifically because he broke in. So yeah, how's life or unlife since then?
Are you kidding? I love the shit. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna win any beauty contests, but I wasn't too good looking before anyway. Now I get all the cool new toys, plus I just happen to get to live forever. Not a bad deal if you ask me.
I suppose it could be worse. Alright, let's go find Gary. There's one more door down here that leads to his place. Pretty sure he's over this way. This is kind of the sort of residential area. And, you know, implied from the logs and such we were coming across is that the Nosferatu have been down here for some time. Like, the sewer workers appear to have been attacked by the things that were attacking us, so it's a little unclear exactly how long this has been going on. I think I gotta go across this way. But you'd think in that time they could make things a little more livable. Okay, here we go. This is the place. So, as mentioned, Gary is a bit of a theater kid. And we actually saw him mentioned in the Hollywood celebrity database we came across earlier. Another nice little foreshadowing touch here.
By the clack-smack cracking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. I don't remember seeing you on the guest list for the dinner party. We're having a wrap party for the Misfits, about 40 years late. Cast and crew only, boss.
Where are you?
Maybe I'm in your head. Uh-oh. You might have picked up one of those psychoses so common to new kindred.
So my camera was free at first, but now it's following specific points in the room. I just need to talk to you.
We are talking, but you aren't listening, boss.
Who are you?
You're used to getting what you want, aren't you, handsome? People just love your charisma, your face. They eat your words up like the rats eat the cheese in the trap. Oh, boss, where do you think you are?
So, yeah, Gary's reaction, and spoiler, this is Gary, it changes a little bit depending on the vampire, because Nosferatu and Toreador especially don't get along, so he's going to try his best to get under our skin in particular. So yeah, show yourself.
I'll show you the cards I've been dealt. But you put yours on the table first.
Who are you?
Maybe I'm a ghost. Oh, come on. Don't tell me you just stumbled down here. What I need to know is why you're here.
Let's talk face to face.
I'm over here, boss. Wait, maybe I'm over here. Or maybe I'm behind you with a hatchet in my hand. Or did you ever stop to think that your fear, if given a voice, would sound like this?
What do you want?
I want to stick your lovely face in a piranha tank. I want to apply an acid glaze to your sculptured body. I want to throw your pocket mirror under a thresher and watch you fetch it. But I'm no butcher, boss. Are you?
I'm here about the Ankar and Sarcophagus.
You don't say. Wake up, boss. Who do you think you're dealing with? Why else would LaCroix send you on this snipe hunt? Oh, that's right. I know you work for the prince.
Why did you ask, then?
Because I like the sound of my own voice. It's not every day we get visitors, boss. I needed to hear it from you. You're a long way from home, and neither the Prince, nor Isaac, nor Nines have any domain down here. Tread carefully.
Just tell me about the sarcophagus so I can get out of here.
You should have got here sooner. That lot's been sold.
Who bought it?
I like to discuss business face to face.
Show yourself.
Are you sure, boss? You don't want my image in your subconscious. It's the stuff nightmares are made of.
See, you're doing the theater thing again. You're kind of overhyping it. When you actually see his face, well, yeah, the suspense is killing me.
Careful what you wish for. You just might get it.
Yeah?
Behind you, boss. Boo!
You are the most offensive and obscene thing I've ever seen. So yeah, the lighting in this here isn't great, but again, he's not really badly deformed. Other than the pointed ears and gray skin, he just looks kind of like a bald dude.
On guard, Toreador. You vainglorious,
Although, you know,
narcissistic poser.
the teeth are pretty
How
badly
I
messed
loathe
up.
That determination of your kind to belie your true nature with Paris fashions and pomp. You are a dead thing, a creature of the shadows. Start acting like one.
But honestly, I feel like you could probably get a vampire dentist to fix that up, or at least get him some good dentures. I mean, he's a former Hollywood star. He's got money. So, who are you?
What? You don't recognize me from the pictures? Gorgeous Gary Golden? Don't tell me you missed Pirate Town or Tap Hotel. Little before your time, eh, boss? Well, those days are long past. Nowadays, it's just Gary.
Uh-huh. Delighted. Now, where's the sarcophagus?
Where did it go? That thing seems to get around more than Mae West. Why, might I ask, should I give you that information?
I cleaned your sewers from the Shimichi, and from the Samichi, I always trip over that, and brought you some masquerade endangering items, too.
Oh, my hero. Had it not been for that damn Shamichi, you'd still be searching
actually,
the rock
that's...
for us. It was hardly a
That
favor, but
might have been
I know
modded
where
from...
your Prince's
That might be...
prize is. There's very little that doesn't leak down into this place.
More on that in a second.
Tell me, boss, you ever gone up against a Kuei Jin?
Okay, so that option is in the base game, but the thing about masquerade redemption items is not. And I think that might have been the thing we picked up at the Samishi's home. That was in the oven. I had no idea what that is. I never found that before. That might be what he's talking about. Yeah, it is a pain to say. But anyway, yes. The Kuei Jin are going to be a big part of the next section of the game. Yeah, what's a Kuei Jin?
The Kuei Jin are vampires, but not like kindred. Sometimes known as the vampires of the East. But they ain't kin, boss. They're just someone else that, if you ain't being careful, might give you the final death.
So, yeah, we're going to be dealing with this. I think I killed one back in Santa Monica. So, if you're thinking back to that one question in the warehouse, Foxy Boxes, that guy we fought was a Kuei Jin.
Even for old
Or at least a
Gary,
Kuei
there
Jin
ain't
agent.
much more to tell. You see, I sent an agent, Barabbas, to snoop around Chinatown, do a little hacking, make a few contacts. But he hasn't been calling lately, and it's breaking my heart.
Very tragic. Let me guess, you want me to find him?
Gee, that's original. You think that up all by yourself?
Touche.
You up for a little trip to Chinatown? You're in no danger there. Me? Best you don't mention my name there, boss. That's the going rate for my info right now. You get our chum back from Chinatown, I'll give you what you need.
So, yeah, our side quest to find these guys is now a side quest to find a missing Nosferatu, so he'll finally tell us about the Ankaran sarcophagus. But, fine, tell me what I need to do.
The Golden Temple in Chinatown. It's a piss-poor copy of a real place. Looks like it'd be more at home in a theme park. That I saw is where you'll find the leader of the L.A. Kuei Jin. They call her Ming Zhao. Sounds dangerous? No, this ain't a suicide mission, boss. You'll be more of a curiosity than a threat. Talk to Zhao, ask her where my boy is, and get him back. Once he's safe, I'll tell you everything you need to know about the sarcophagus.
Aren't the Kindred at war with the Kuei-jin?
Not that I know of. It's like the eye of the hurricane right now. Don't make those winds blow, boss.
I see. Got anything I can use to protect myself?
Let's see what I got. For one of your kind, it ain't gonna be cheap.
One measly blood pack? Very funny. Anything else?
That thing behind that pretty face of yours is called a brain. If you want to survive in Chinatown, I suggest you use it. Or if all else fails, you could just use your pocket mirror to blind them.
Wonderful. Alright, why don't you go yourself?
Forget it, boss. It's Chinatown.
Aha. Alright, I'll go. You'd better keep your end of the deal.
Of course. What kind of a monster do you take me for? There is a method to my madness, boss. There's a payphone in Chinatown. I'll call you with the info once Barabbas is safe. Until then, you'll never know where I am.
Alright, as good as done. Now, fortunately, there's a nice quick way back to the surface right here. And we won't need to be down here again, to my knowledge. I think if you take Amalia's quest, you do need to come back in person to get rewarded, but Mitnick will happily send everything we need to our mailbox. So, back up through here. I think this dumps us out in the Hollywood Cemetery. Yes. I think... Was there... Oh, no, it was this way. Yeah, whatever. Oh, wait, what was this? Oh, no, right, that's where we found the tape. I think you can use this to get back there, but I also think we now have access there through the sewers or something. I know if you're a Nosferatu, you get your haven from Gary after the Santa Monica one, and that is... it's this way. And that is down in one of the sewer sections. I think it's in the downtown sewers. But yes, we're back in Hollywood. And we've actually got some side stuff to do now. We're gonna head back downtown before we go to Chinatown. Actually, is Romero finished? He is. Hey, how's it going, buddy?
How's that whole blood-sucking thing working out for you?
Not bad. How are things in the cemetery?
Moon comes up, dead come out, hammer comes down. TV gets a lousy reception. All in all, life's having around swell.
Love your job, and you'll never work a day in your life. Let's see. Hey! You know what? I'm gonna leave that there. Romero's a good dude. I don't want to take his stuff. But yeah, we have a few side quests again, and one of Mitnick's things will actually take us back once to each of the hubs. And I think also... There's one other thing back in Santa Monica I'm trying to remember. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, if we go back to our apartment, we will get an email, and that will lead us to our side questy stuff.
Hop in.
Yeah, I think that is... that might be something mod added. Oh. Okay, so this is also something mod added. So just like the museum is still accessible, so is King's Way. But I'm wondering why you would go back there. I guess maybe to get the items you missed? I'm worried it might cut you off, because I didn't see a way to leave, is the thing. Exactly, we're finally out of the sewers. And since time has passed, we can actually get more money from Venus.
Money, right? Been a while. Your money's been piling up. Here, that should provide for an interesting evening.
Thanks, Venus. Good to see you. Sell this. Now, wait a minute. Okay, so he didn't take the fleshy ball. So what is this thing? I don't know. Can't sell it to Larry. I'm gonna have to look that up. And... bugger. That's right. Mercurio's the only one that sells ammo for his weapons. So we'll have to go back to Santa Monica for that. Yeah. There's nothing up to this game, to exploring, that I really like. They capture the feeling of being in an urban area at night really well, even if it has some limitations due to the engine and relatively small scope of the hubs. They make up for it with density and the overall mood. Anyway, let's see what's been going on.
Sean Milton, a former convict that was recently released for good behavior,
some awesome
was
stuff.
found
I don't know what this is, and I
similarly
don't want it
to
in my
the other
inventory.
victims of the serial killer. Police believe there may be a connection between Milton's prison past and the slasher.
Actually...
We'll have a fuller...
Oh, I know what the masquerade item was. It's the logbooks from the sewers that talk about the weird stuff that's happening. That's what I gave to him. That makes sense. Okay, computer ability of at least 4.
Report on this story later tonight. Professor Anders Johansson, the archaeologist responsible for the discovery of the Incarn sarcophagus,
Make a pun?
issued
Alright,
a
give me a
brief
second.
statement today, imploring the parties responsible for the Incarn sarcophagus's robbery to return the relic. saying that
oh
it
man,
is
we have a
valuable
ton of
piece
emails
of
here.
human history that rightfully belongs to the entire world.
Alright.
Johansson went on to add,
The cost,
this theft
huh?
is not just from the museum,
The cost of an
but from
attack
all
is
of
often
mankind.
paid later
Johansson,
from
a
a friend.
professor of archaeology at the University of Oslo,
Here we go.
was in town
Okay,
to speak
Mitnick
to
here.
his peers
I've got
about
the
his
information
recent
on
dig in
the
Turkey
first of the
and
network
coordinate
hubs.
examination of the
The
artifacts
terminals
found
in
at the
Santa
Incarn
Monica,
site,
an old place called
including the
Megahertz
sarcophagus.
Computing.
Professor
I'll send another
Anders
email
Johansson,
with
the archaeologist
recon.
responsible for the discovery of
Power up the
Incarn
terminal, find the
sarcophagus,
net
issued a
security
brief
folder, and
statement
run the
today,
ShrekNet
imploring
command.
parties
The password on the
responsible for
folder is
Incarn
Gil
sarcophagus's
Bates. Hey, an
robbery
Arcana
to
reference.
return the relic,
Don't ask.
saying that it is a
I'll message
valuable
you when I
piece
see the
of
hub
human
activated.
history that rightfully belongs to the entire
Alright,
world.
Megahertz Computing is
Johansson
at the
went
end
on
of
to
2nd
add,
Street in
this
Santa
theft is
Monica,
not
next
just
to the
from
asylum.
museum,
The
but
only
from all of
entrance is through the
mankind.
back door. So
Johansson,
you'll have to
a
get
professor of
so you'll have
archaeology
to
at
find an alley to
University
get
of
back
Oslo,
there.
is
Easy
in
enough.
town to speak
I'm
to
leaving
his
you a
peers
key for the
about his
door
recent
in
dig
your
in
in your
Turkey
mailbox.
and
Good luck,
coordinate
kid. This
examination
one
of
should
the
be
artifacts
easy.
found at the Incarn
See, I
site,
feel like
including the
you could have
sarcophagus,
given that
another
to
murder
me
in
at the
Hollywood
time if
tonight
you
and
knew
an
where I
adult
was going.
bookstore. A peep show dancer
But,
was killed in the basement of the store, and investigators are
Mitnick,
still
more
trying
like
to put the pieces
nitpick.
together,
Whoosha!
since no one present saw or
Anyway,
heard anything.
from
It is
Liberty
unknown at this time what the
Library.
motives were,
Okay.
but the police are ruling out the
Hello,
Southside
young one.
slasher
LaCroix
as a
praised you as
suspect.
resourceful,
Tourists
so
attempting
maybe
to
you
pay
could
their
assist
respects
me
at
with an
Empress
important
Ginger
matter.
Swan's grave at the Hollywood Eternal
Actually,
Cemetery
hold on a
were
second.
shocked to discover
This
the
might
grave
be
of the former
new. I'm
sex
gonna
symbol
shut
had
the
been
TV off.
vandalized. The star was entombed in the Hollywood Eternal Mausoleum.
This looks new. Okay, yeah. A fellow gangrel, Scott, who was doing research for me at the public library, claims to have seen a Sabbat kindred there. As I find myself preoccupied right now, please meet him in my stead at the old smoke shop in Santa Monica. Yeah, this is. I remember we came across the smoke shop, and that looked like a mod-added area as well. So we're going to meet someone there. Alright. He'll have details. Scott was very insistent that something is afoot, and we wouldn't want anything bad to happen to all those precious books there, would we? Oh, it's Beckett! Oh. Oh, right, yeah, it's from his email. Nice. Anyway, you still around? This is it. That's right. There's another quest in Santa Monica from Tongue. If you're still reading this, if you're reading this, I guess you're still among the undead. Got a proposition for you if you're not too busy. You know where to find me. Won't be too difficult this time. All right. Prince is promoting you. Oh, Gary sent us an email as well. Hey boss, did some spring cleaning today. Came across something that might tickle you. A kid used to live here, had an unhealthy crush on everyone's favorite psycho pinup, Jeanette Vorman. I got a touch of nostalgia, so you find me a copy of Tap Hotel, starring me. I'll trade you a poster of that luscious lunatic for it. Put the film canister in your mailbox, and I'll deliver it to your haven. Okay, cheap Rolex from Larry. Ain't the only stuff that we got, man. We got much hotter, much deadlier stuff, you know? And like all other quality LA proprietors, we get new stock in all the time, so check it out. So, Fat Larry managed to email us. Huh. Wonder why I didn't mention that before. I guess that's just a notice that he's got new stock there. So, I'll take another look when we cross paths with him again. We've got quite a few things on our to-do list now. Anyway. Yeah, that's the thing. We're using, like, I love that we're in 2004 and we're still using, like, a command line interface. Basically a DOS interface. And on a relatively modern computer there, too. Okay, megahertz access card. At that point, I think it's done for style reasons. Anyway, megahertz computing is right over here. This is really straightforward. Mitnick has one quest in each of the hubs, and this one doesn't have anything special. There are no guards or anything. Later ones will be more difficult, however. But yeah, this, we just walk in here. Skill below lock difficulty 8. Well, I know an easy way around that. Actually, how's our skills looking? Security, dexterity. Not quite there. Yeah. That said, I do need to up my computer skill at some point so I can read that bloody book. Yeah, I believe this is the easy way in. Alright. Bother. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, I'm lazy. That's the thing, yeah. They probably did what they could as far as the technology went, and this is probably the most elegant solution to... We want the character to have a computer interface that works across all computers. Network security. And we need... Oh, right, the password was guildmates. My bad. Yeah, we want something that is usable on all computers, and it would take a bit much work to design something... to design some kind of Windows-like interface. And honestly, there's a part of me that kind of misses that, especially while keeping it non-modal. Exactly. But yeah, there's a part of me that kind of misses command line interfaces. Like, you know, I think it's broadly a good thing that we move to a visual user interface, but there's something to be said for the crunchiness of old tech, and kind of having to know what you were doing to work with a computer. Deus Ex has visual GUI, but it's modal to begin with, and the Unreal Engine is just more robust. Yeah. Anyway, hey, Bertram.
I'm glad you're here. I've heard you've been up to quite a bit lately. Very interesting. I was hoping you could help me with something. A little bird said they spotted you down in the Warrens. Gonna be back there soon?
I might be. What do you need?
I'm looking for a data CD. It was lost down there, supposedly.
Oh, I know.
Find it for me, and I'll teach you a thing or
Yeah, they
two.
still have the
Some stuff that could
CMD
really
command.
come in handy for you, from the sound of things.
But I kind of missed them when that was the option. Alright, sounds good.
Great. Go to the Warrens, then find the data CD.
Okay,
Don't bother
so
asking
we
around
do
for it.
wind up
I've
going
already
back
made
down
a
to the
pest
Warrens
of
to find
myself
this
about
thing.
this. Just find it and bring it back.
This I'll probably do off camera. Or I'll probably find the disc off camera and then just turn it in for the reward, whatever it is. Finding my way around there is a bit of a pain.